What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and here's our final review for Steven Universe episodes. The recent episodes that came out on the Cartoon Network app. A string of 6 eps, and this is the last one. I am joined, of course, by Hailey, and we're going to give our thoughts on Kevin Party. This one was my personal favorite out of the bunch. Thought it was really great. Once again, moral lesson, and really cute for Steven and Connie. I just love them. They're adorable. And very interesting Kevin episode. It got some Kevin development that I was not expecting at all. So some big stuff related to the Mystery Girl potentially. So what did you think of this episode, Hailey?
Yeah, it was. I think I would have to say it's also my favorite episode of the bunch. Simply because I don't know, we got to see another side to Kevin. Almost, kind of. I don't know. It's just there, I guess, that maybe he doesn't have to be a terrible person all the time. Or you can kind of be helpful, but, he's just been purposely going out of his way to hurt them in the past. So seeing him trying to not always do that is pretty nice, even though in the end, his intentions weren't always the best, I guess. He just wanted Stevani to, show themselves. For sure. And I've had a very interesting quarrel with this one. I don't understand. So Steven starts putting up missing posters for Lion. Yeah.
Why?
What's with that?
Why? Why did he think Lion was missing? Lion left with Connie. He saw that Lion left with Connie. Why would he assume that Lion is gone? Like, why is that the first thing he jumps to? Like, oh, my Lion's gone. I don't know where he is. Anybody see my Lion? Like, I don't understand that. So any theories we came up with beforehand? I don't think that really. I don't think that really added up for me, but whatever. I guess because sometimes Lion comes back every now and then, but still, I mean, why would you assume he's not with Connie? Like, that's the first place I would go. He's probably with Connie, and it's probably fine. So that ended up not being a big deal, Lion going missing. Again, there was a few things in the San Diego Comic-Con trailer that were built up to be like, ooh, crazy, but they weren't that crazy. They were just kind of there. So that was interesting. But basically Kevin invites Steven to a party. I thought some really basic stuff, like, oh, he's going to try to prank him or whatever. But it turns out he wants Stevani. Didn't think about that. I don't know what he thinks Stevani is exactly. Like, does he think it's like a magic trick? Or because he said honestly, 2 kids in a trench coat trick, but I don't know if he's being metaphorical when he says that. So I don't know what he thinks Stevani is per se.
Just a magical being that only appears when both of them are happy, I guess. Yeah, it's like, what the heck? Like, it's obviously not normal for 2 kids to turn into, older teenager. Yeah. I don't know what's up.
Yeah, I really want more info on how this world perceives magic. Obviously, they're not that fazed by it, but it's like, there's certain things they are fazed by. So I want to know what the level, like, I guess I can kind of understand it for Beach City specifically, but like outside of Beach City, the world at large, like, how do they process all this crazy magic and alien stuff and all that goodness? I would love to have an answer to that. But he wants Stevani. Steven, is not feeling it, obviously, because it's Kevin. And Kevin kind of mentions that Connie's already coming, so Steven's like, all right, this is my chance to talk to Connie. And it was very funny Easter egg. Kevin thought Steven's name was Clarence.
Yes. That was amazing.
Really funny. I cracked up at that. That was just so silly and just a great line. But yeah, Lion's there. Lion's at the party. All good. He thinks Kevin had him for some reason. I don't know what is wrong with this man. I don't know why he thought, even for a second, that Kevin was keeping Lion, who Kevin thinks is a dog. So I don't know. Maybe that kind of explains what Kevin thinks Stevani is. He might literally think it's like a trench coat trick or something because he thought Lion was a dog. So I'm assuming he's just stupid.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a thing. So yeah, Steven's also kind of stupid because he thought Kevin had Lion and didn't realize Lion was still with Connie after that time because it hasn't, whatever. Anyway, it's been a few weeks. I get it. It's a long time, but still, that's kind of silly. But yeah, so we kind of learn more about Kevin. Basically, Steven is kind of very nervous about approaching Connie, yada yada, and Kevin's like, all right, I got this. I know how to handle the ladies, blah blah blah. And he mentions a girl. You wanna take it away, Hailey?
So he basically talks about, he admits that I guess he had some kind of incident in the past with a girl, and her name was Sabina, and he doesn't kind of want like a repeat of that, I think he was saying, or something along those lines, right?
Yeah, he was like, oh, it's going to be just like Sabina. And then he goes into himself and he turns super red and he's just like, he gets in his feels and he has to like get his composure. So it's like, ooh, who's Sabina? So at first I thought, oh, we're probably just going to get Sabina in this episode or something or whatever. Probably going to get some reference. But no, that's definitely going to be something that they're holding for later. And obviously the big theory going around is that it's Mystery Girl because her name is S. We don't know what S is. So this clearly seems like it's going to be a plot point. And I don't think that they would name drop a girl named Sabina for no reason that also begins with an S for Kevin's development just randomly. He would just mention it in passing, so we're like, okay, I get more about this guy. But no, there's actually a character that we've already met that's going to be kind of a problem. So that'd be a very interesting thing to see with Rose. Wow, I said Rose. With Pearl and her date on the show. We don't know when that episode is going to be airing. I would assume it's going to be relatively soon. But that could be an interesting little love triangle square type of thing happening. And maybe Kevin's at the skating rink that they are in, assuming that's actually where they're going to be based off that accidental leaked image from a long, long time ago. So that's definitely very, very interesting. What do you think about the prospect of Kevin used to date Mystery Girl? And what do you think this means for Kevin's character?
Well, it means that maybe he wasn't such a jerk before, or potentially, I don't know, Sabina's not who we thought she was, and she could handle a jerk like Kevin, for at least for a while. I mean, they broke up obviously, but there had to be something in him that she saw that she liked, just besides his looks, I guess.
Yeah, and you never know. That could go either way. It could be a little bit of both potentially, but this episode loves empathy. So we're probably going to get some empathy for Kevin finally after all this time. This is the one character that Steven absolutely despised and gave absolutely no chances to. But I think once he name dropped that, Steven kind of understood that. He actually did mention at the end that he thinks he got his heart broken. It's kind of sad. So I think he does kind of sympathize with Kevin now, understanding him more and understanding where his douchiness comes from. It's not coming just from nowhere. It doesn't excuse it, but I think Steven might end up trying to sort of help Kevin. Actually, that would be a very interesting plot point where he actually tries to help Kevin out, which is actually the reverse role of what happened this episode. And he finds out who Sabina is. He's like, oh no, this is really bad. What have I done? So that'd be really fun. That would be a really, really fun episode. But basically Kevin's giving him terrible advice, although his advice not technically wrong, but the way he's going about it is like really jerkish and stupid. And he also doesn't have the context of Steven. Steven just wants to give his feelings to Connie and apologize and be a real person. And Kevin's like, nah, you just gotta play it cool, man. Pretend you're cool and you're awesome and you're happy and you're living life. It's all good. Which is some truth to that in some cases where, it's probably better to not be all, I guess sulky and more so just prove that you're living your life if like you went through a breakup or something like that. So Kevin's advice is not entirely wrong, but the way he went about it is very stupid and juvenile and also does not understand the full story of what happened between Steven and Connie, because Steven was kind of in the wrong and he wants to apologize for how he handled everything. So, he basically goes throughout the entire night being, one of the bros. He's got the scarf. He's doing the dances. Steven is just completely not himself. And he just kind of does a little sentence to Connie and walks away. And Connie's like, nope, not playing that. And they finally talk about their feelings. And Connie explains everything that she felt betrayed and all that stuff. But she also tried to get in contact with him because she wanted to talk to him in person. Didn't want to do it over the phone. Didn't want to text. And she actually showed up at their house during Gemcation and was like, man. And that kind of is a great thing for life because sometimes things happen that you're not expecting. And you could be putting all the worst case scenarios in your head, like, what if this person is like me? What if this thing is happening in the background? I'm not sure. But it turns out it's all very understandable. And Connie was kind of basically doing the same thing. She was doing the reverse where she didn't know how to talk to Steven and she was kind of just as stressed out as he was. So they had this really great understanding, and I think it's a great little, again, life lesson for the audience.
Definitely. like I also really like that moral and such. And something I thought was interesting is that you talked about earlier how Kevin was kind of giving Steven advice, and it kind of reminded me of like the classic, like how the devil on your shoulder is just trying telling you how to act towards a girl. It's usually a guy. How they all of a sudden they change how they interact with a girl. It reminded me of like an OKKO where the episode with Rad.
Yeah.
Trying to impress Enid, and that totally backfires.
Exactly.
And now he was kind of permanently a jerk almost up until we met him in the show. But here Steven feels bad about doing this almost immediately. So I was super glad to see that. He wasn't like, okay, he never really thought this was a good idea, I don't think, even though he played along with it for a bit. But he definitely saw through that, which I'm glad to see for Steven.
Yeah, and as they mentioned at the end, we can clearly see that both Steven and Connie were very desperate to even, first off, Connie to go to Kevin's party in the first place, but especially Steven to even take his advice and follow his lead in the first place. Like, that's absolutely insane. So that really is a testament to how messed up emotionally and mentally Steven was during that time, for sure. But yeah, they have a great talk. Connie's new haircut's great. I love it. She's adorable. Steven and Connie are adorable, and they work it out, and they don't do Stevani because they're not, they're not playthings to be played with. So they end up dipping, but they seem to have more of an understanding of Kevin. And when Connie said that Kevin threw a really good party, she seemed like she really meant it. So it didn't seem like they were trying to outright screw him over. They just seemed like, yeah, you're kind of a jerk. You're trying to use us, but we get you now, sort of. So hope you enjoy your party or whatever. And they just kind of dip, they warp out of line, and the crowd goes nuts for that. And yeah, I thought it was really, really great, and it was a great end to this whole Steven and Connie not answering each other arc, and it was really amazing. So do you have any final thoughts about Kevin Party?
Just like I said before, it was a good episode. Yeah, it was just, I don't know, just seeing a different side of Kevin I really liked, and also seeing things come to a nice close in these few episodes was also really nice to see. Overall, these episodes were pretty good. I don't know if I'd say, it's worth the whole hiatus for like half a year, but I like them, and, they had a nice little arc there. And also they had a moral, and it was, I like seeing that in the show.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like, I didn't mind not getting super lore stuff in this case, because I felt like these were some of the most well-written character episodes for Steven Universe. Just me personally, like, I know a lot of people were complaining, like, oh, we didn't get any Pink Diamond or any of that stuff, and I get those complaints for sure. They're, not entirely invalid, but for me, I thought they were just so well done, and it was just such a great arc. It's actually some of my favorite, like, string of episodes. Like, if this was a Steven Bomb, it would be, like, my top 2 or 3 favorite Steven Bombs, I think. I just really love the way everything was executed, and everything had consequences, and there were just some really, like, serious changes. And I think that's what I really liked, because, sometimes the Beach City episodes, for some people, they could be, a little too relaxed or whatever. Not to say they're not good, they are good, but they leave you wanting more. But I felt like these episodes, even with the Beach City focus, there was some big changes happening, so it really kind of kept your interest. And I thought the characters' reactions to everything and how they developed and how everything turned out in the end was very, very well done. So I cannot wait to hear or to see what happens when we pick up, most likely in January, probably with Lars of the Stars, and that's going to be amazing. Obviously, that's the one everyone's really, really waiting for. I do wish I didn't know that Steven and Connie were going to be fine after this arc. You probably could have figured and assumed that, but, because we did see them in that preview for Lars of the Stars. So that kind of got a little bit spoiled, but it was a pretty minor thing. But yeah, I'm loving all the changes, and I can't wait to see what the writers do with it. But what did you guys think of Kevin Party, and what did you guys think of the string of Steven Universe episodes? Were you disappointed that there wasn't any lore? Did you really just appreciate the character moments like I did? Let us know in the comments down below. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we're doing more theories and discussions on Steven Universe. There's a couple things to kind of unpack from these episodes, so we're going to try to talk about that when we can. And we're doing Star vs. Force of Evil all week this week, so be on the lookout for that. If you're watching that show, we're going to be reviewing all those episodes, coming up with theories and all that good stuff. It's going to be a great time all the way till Thursday, so hit that bell so you can know when we're doing that. And if you want to support us on Patreon, we got some cool rewards, so check that out in the link below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Michael Williams, you've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.